Good morning. Thank you for having me. I'm Susan Brunzeel, Senior Director of Planning and Research with the San Diego Tourism Authority. I work downtown. I live in Encinitas, like many of my staff. So we don't see a lot of those boundaries. Seems to be a lot of that perception, but let me tell you, we know a lot of what's going on up here and are promoting that day in and day out to get more visitors here. Really, tourism is economic development, and more across the U.S., tourism and economic development agencies are combined. Why is that? Because we bring new dollars into the region that us as San Diegans cannot do on our own. Our mission is to drive visitor demand to economically benefit the whole region. Now, we are a nonprofit, private corporation, and we are funded by the Tourism Marketing District assessment. It's a 2% on the City of San Diego hotels. That fee goes toward funding the entire region in terms of activities, things to do. However, due to the law, we can only promote the hotels within the City of San Diego. So it's a fine line, but I want everyone to know that it doesn't cross all the activity boundaries. We're promoting and working closely with all the attractions and museums, no matter where they are in the region. So just some highlight on the overall tourism economy. In 2016, we had 34.9 million visitors to San Diego County. Half of those stayed overnight in private homes and hotels, and the other half were day visitors. We are the San Diego's second largest export industry. The research and innovation economy, as we've been talking about, is first, but closely right behind that is tourism. Visitors spent $10.4 billion in 2016 at local businesses, and the economic or regional impact of that was $17.2 billion. So all that additional spending from that direct visitor spending goes a long way. In terms of county transient occupancy taxes, is $289 million into government coffers that are being spent on city services, arts programs, all kinds of things that governments are using that for. $734 million if you look at sales taxes and property taxes related to tourism-related businesses as well. And in the leisure and hospitality segment of the employment, 184,000 San Diegans employed in there. So it's huge and very important to all of us. As we look at visitor spending in the region, that $10.4 billion, 70% of that spending is at non-lodging businesses, which I think is sometimes another myth. And if we look at attractions, museums, and entertainment categories specifically, $1 billion is spent every year at all of those types of businesses. Now, we do a visitor profile study every other year, and we are interviewing visitors throughout the entire county all year long, and we're asking people what they do, where they're visiting. 11% of all visitors, 3.8 million people, said they participated in an arts and culture activity while they were on their trip to San Diego. And if we look at their profile compared to our overall overnight leisure visitor, the average household income is higher at $98,000 versus $73,000. Average age is about the same. Fewer traveling with children. The average night stay is about the same. Higher traveled by air, higher first-time visitors, and then the spending per trip per person is higher. But those people are also doing other things on their trip. They're relaxing at our beaches and bays, half of them. They're going to our theme parks and attractions. They're doing urban city nightlife, shopping, even hiking, climbing, biking. So really, arts is it's a very important part of, like we talked about earlier, it's the soul of the place, and it's what people want to experience when they come to or make a decision about traveling. And San Diego is no different. We've got people, the further out they are, the longer they're staying, the more activities, the more they want to do things that are sometimes costly, and sometimes it's affordability, right? You want to trade off different things you're doing, but you want to experience the place. And a big part of experience a place is the arts. Just a little bit on the residents of arts and culture, visitors and where they come from. Just 25% are from Southern California, but if you look at all the other areas, the Midwest, Mountain States, International, Arizona, Northeast, there's many, many people that are participating in all of our arts and cultural activities that are from much further away. The top cities, though, are just like our overall visitor population, much closer to home: Los Angeles, Orange County, Phoenix, Riverside, San Francisco, but then Boston, Sacramento, Denver. So that gives a little bit. This is a broader picture of county visitors. Now I just wanted to touch on, little out of the data side, but just talk about some of the programs that we've been doing at the Tourism Authority over the past couple years related to arts and culture. I don't have a slide, but as Randy pointed out, we partnered with the Commission on the Americans for the Arts Research, and we also did a census for the city of San Diego of all arts organizations. And just within the city, there's over 490 arts organizations. So outside the city, so it's very vibrant and many, many businesses, to his point. Just some quick highlights. We did do a digital ad campaign for the commission. These are just some of the impression numbers. And again, this was a partnership where we both put in funds to promote specifically the arts and go deeper into what the arts in San Diego has to offer. There was also a social campaign called FINDARTSHAREART. And that was all about people in San Diego finding art, taking a photo, putting it on Instagram, and sharing it with others. And this got media coverage, and we had 2,315 contest entries, 4.7 million impressions, and 285,000 hashtag reaches. And it was great. So people around town were just taking photos of art they saw and sharing that, and we were promoting that through our digital channels. I also wanted to touch on our public relations team. They're pitching every day around the world. They have press releases on arts and culture, but also just what there is to come visit or what there is to do here. Arts is always part of that, and we look at all the articles that get written, and we understand what the media is writing about. And last year alone, arts inclusion was in editorial coverage and value of about $20 million of our coverage. So it's always part of that. It's part of our familiarization tours when we bring in travel agents or writers from around the world to experience San Diego. Our teams are covering the breadth of the destination. One other piece of work that we've done that I wanted to highlight was the 9 arts districts, one vibrant city. This is, I can't go through these are all about 5 minutes long. They're on YouTube though, and we have the link. But Candace Ely, our Director of Communications, who's very connected in the arts community, she also was the host of these videos. And they highlight the neighborhoods and the arts within these neighborhoods. And these are running on TV locally through a Cox sponsorship. They're not intended for that, but Cox is doing it for free just to provide more programming. But there's the hidden charm of Northeast San Diego, the La Jolla creative coastal culture. So there's a lot of great things. So a lot going on. I just wanted to end with it's a destination video. It's our broad destination video for meeting planners, conventions, and leisure travel. And just wanted to share that and end on that note. Thank you.